Friends and enemies, lovers and haters. It has been a minute. I cannot begin to tell you how my life has changed. So, a lot of you know I no longer coach at a full time climbing gym anymore. I am still doing some remote coaching and some private coaching online, but primarily I have moved into the full time filmmaking world. And let me tell you, it has been, a doozy, a wallop, a gang, a get. I feel like I've gotten got. I don't even really know what to tell you, but it's been an experience. Um, would I trade it? Absolutely not. Do I feel like I've grown? Well, I feel like I'm getting grown. I would say that is definitely something that's happened. Um, Yeah, so let's just get into what's happening. So currently, right now, we're working on a couple different projects, and I say we're because anybody who makes films knows that like you don't make these things alone. Prime example, Climb Malawi. Big shout out to Scott and Genevieve. That film is circulating, and if you're in the Seattle area, March 7th, I'll be there hanging out, getting square, showing Climb Malawi, and hopefully screening the new one that will be dropping real soon. But yeah, I've moved into the full-time filmmaking world and we've got a couple different projects working on a film with Rab that we'll be shooting in Mexico real soon. I can't get into the details of that one, but let's just say it's gonna be epic and ladies are taking charge and sending like they are large. And I am so excited to be telling the journey of two amazing women. I guess I can say Carly and Mango. If you know who these people are, then you know. If you don't, you will shortly. Working on a film with We Climb in Chattanooga, an amazing organization that touches my heart because their whole mission is honestly one of the reasons why I got into coaching. Their whole mission is just to get people outside, and their people, their audience, are kids that do not have the opportunity to climb normally outdoors. Because Chattanooga is a hub, but you'd be surprised how many of the local people don't actually rock climb. So, partnering with other nonprofits and other organizations that provide other opportunities to local kids in the area, they do that. Um, Also working on a film, the second Climb Malawi one. So hold on, I'm losing track. We got Rab, we got Climb Malawi, we got We Climb. Oh, we got Steep South. That's my girl Elaine. So some of you might have saw in my story, which I'll be posting about real soon. I was in the red for about a week and a half. And the red, the gorge, if you're local, it's the gorge. If you're out of towner, it's red. But regardless, it is a magical wonderland. And I realized it was 10 years, almost a little over or under 10 years since the last time I've been back to the gorge. And it was just as magical as I remember it. And it made me realize that, this is a hard pill to swallow. Hold on, this next pill to swallow. We need a little something to help. Okay, now that we're back, I know I got a lot more stuff on my hands, but can you see this? Yeah, okay. So I have a rule, and I didn't realize I haven't opened this. So just quick side tangent. I have a tradition that I started, and it started with my father. He bought me a nice bottle of whiskey, and he says, when your film gets made, and it starts, yeah, when your film gets made, crack it open as a celebration. So for me, I did it as when my film was made, and it was in its first film festival is when I cracked it open. And so I've just had a tradition. So every time I've got a film in the projects in the works and we get funding and it's a real thing, I go out and buy a bottle for myself and or I am gifted a bottle. So if anybody has recommendations, I want to gift your boy a bottle of whiskey, bourbon, rye, or rum, scotch. If it's brown, it goes down. But I can't open that yet because the next film hasn't released. So in the meantime, we're gonna open some Redemption Rye, which you can see it's been open. And I like my booze like I like my relationships. Straight, neat, and to the point, and you get all that mess out of here. So now we're gonna get to this. Okay, so I don't even remember where I was, but this is where we're going. So yeah, I don't remember what I was originally talking about. I'm rambling. I'm taking a moment. I'm just turning the mic on. But as all of us content creators are, I think we go through waves, and the wave that I have been in for a very long time has been in the wave of consuming content more so than creating it. And I find myself wanting to like make the next great thing, or really like, dang, this person's making something so cool and I really want to do what they're doing. And then sometimes I forget that the real reason I just started doing this was just to kind of share my ideas and my thoughts, and honestly have no other reason to do it. It's just like starting my podcast. Like, you can't see me. You can see me now. I'm on this camera, and this is going to be on YouTube. And I guess this will probably be my first real vlog on YouTube. Now that I think about it, you guys have heard me like get on the mic with my podcast. And if you don't follow me on my podcast, Sons and Suffers, MarioStanley.com, I'm easy to find. I don't make myself hard to find. If you want one, come and get the real one. Um, but I just really want to start sharing my journey. And I really want to share my journey for three big reasons. One, I want to make a promise to myself. Well, I want to keep the promise to myself to continue to get better at my craft and grow. Two, I want you guys to see my journey. I want you to call me out. I want you to help me. Tell me if it sucks. Tell me if it's great. One way or another, I'm still going to keep doing it. But I think putting it out there allows the world to see what I'm doing. And you guys can help me along, whoever you are. And third, and most importantly, is if I'm not creating and I'm only focusing on these big projects that I'm creating, these big films, these big things, then I'm missing the magic in between. If you know me, I am a big picture person. I like to think of like I see the forest before I see the trees all the time. Story of my life. And I really want to just take some time and walk through the forest, run my hand on the mossy boulders, kind of take a moment to just, taste the freshwater streams that are coming out of the ground, see land lobsters, which I saw at the gorge. Didn't even know it was a thing. Land lobster. Wildest thing I've ever seen. Um, but yeah, I just want to take this time. And so my goal is to get on here, and we were going to keep the same schedule that we have on my podcast. On my podcast, we release the video we release a podcast twice a month, every other month. So the next episode that's coming out is on the 11th. Yeah, I'm going to be working on another podcast tomorrow morning. If you guys don't know, Dario, his son, and I sat down, who opened a barbecue restaurant in the gorge called Red Point. And him and I will be sitting down, and that episode will come out. And then we should have one more coming out right before the new year. As I've said a lot on my podcast, I had a major hard drive failure. So I've been like scraping back to whatever interviews I can find. And we've got a little bit, but I'm happy and very excited that I'm about to hit 100 episodes on my podcast. Now, I'm going to be real. If you would have told me that, Mario, you're going to do 100 episodes, I would have been like, yeah, maybe like in 7 years. But like knowing that I've only been doing it for 3 and I'm at 100, I'm about to be, is pretty heavy. Oh, I can't begin to tell you what all of these episodes really mean to me. But what I can tell you is these conversations, these relationships, I remember every one of them. And I think there are so many memories in our lives that are fading and fleeting. And to know that I have each one of these sitting down with me and really just pouring into my life. And I'm hoping I poured into their lives, or at least stole a couple minutes of it like a vampire and just living off of it, whatever. It means a lot to me. And I really hope that you enjoy the 100th episode. 101 is going to be a special guest. It's a returning guest. And I don't want to say anything yet because we haven't locked everything down, but I'm just so excited. And yeah, so this is me. I'm ranting. So what do I got going on? I'm making some movies. I'm making some more podcasts. I'm drinking some rye, and I'm trying to get a rise out of you, and I'm sharing my life with you. Thank you for taking a couple moments to listen to this very first vlog of me just getting on and saying hello. I don't really have anything else to do. I'm not the best at posting on social media. I know it. I'm supposed to. Brands literally pay me to do this, and I'm still not good at it. And I think it's my imposter syndrome, but I also think it's like I just want to create something memorable that has power, that has meaning. And I think sometimes I just have to remember it's our presence that we put in each other's lives that has more meanings than the things we create. On that note, happy holidays, happy to whatever you enjoy and whatever you love and whatever you celebrate. Mm.